yes, they are welcomes. And we're going to talk about basically the conversation is about what's going on in the world with this crypto thing and the new opportunities that are out there.
Okay.
All right. Got it.
Can you hear my background?
Yep.
Huh?
I can hear you. No, we don't hear any background. All right, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. This is Collective Enlightenment on the road. D minor L in the house. We got a guest host tonight. Hutchins D is doing a little something. There's some promotions and everything. We got him going on. Got us back. You know how it is. It is now Friday night, and you know what we do on Friday night. Ooh, we get it popping. Let's go, baby. Mr. Thomas, you in the house? He's coming from a future place in the world. All right. We'll work with that. We'll rock with that. D minor L, where you at? We can't see you. What's up?
Oh, I'm in my yard, you know, just chilling, you know.
He outside. He got a little outside action going on. We like that. We like
just vibing, you know. So yeah.
That's what's up. So guess where our location is today?
Where is that?
Today, our location is in Wilson, North Carolina. We're actually in the process of preparing for a huge event that we will all be sharing the word of crypto. So as we say, Collective Enlightenment, P2G, is on the road, sharing the word of cryptocurrency in this new society that we are walking into, as well as teaching people that crypto is not something that is too hard to learn. It's not too much. Mr. Thomas, what's going on?
Yo, we here with you, I'm just messing with you. That is my sister. I ain't seen her in 7 bones. Yo, I love her. I love that girl. I love her grandma. Sunday cook food.
It's a lot. I know I love her. All right, so what we gonna be up to, guys? What's gonna happen tomorrow when we're out there? We're in Wilson, North Carolina right now. D minor L will be joining us coming in from South Carolina to fill out some time. We'll be in Elm City, North Carolina. Elm City, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Everything's an N, N's in the house. NYNCN, you know what I'm saying. That's what's up. So good evening, everyone. Collective Enlightenment on P2G TV. We got you. And we're, yes. So you want to tell them what we're going to talk about? D, what have we been up to these days? You know, D minor L runs a program on P2G called Crypto Kids with sister chocolate gold baby. Forgive me, my poor phone trying to fall apart. All right, that was my sister saying hi. All right. She's like, okay, so just giving you guys I want to give you a little taste of what you're going to see on streaming tomorrow. Because as you know, before all this pandemic stuff came about, we were talking about going on tour, getting out into the world, sharing the word at real big events. And before even our classes, we've been sharing, I guess, pennies to gold, the process in live way before. You know, our first live version of that took place at a Let's Go weekend at an event, teaching the basics of cryptocurrency. It was crazy. We had a foreign group with us. But
yeah, I remember that.
That's right. And now we get to come out and teach an entire town of people who live in the South, most of them farmers or people who have local businesses, about how cryptocurrency is going to go. But we did to do it from a perspective that Mr. Minor has been doing his thing in. Go ahead and talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Tron Case is amazing. It's very simple, you know. It's for the quote unquote small guys, for the quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, big guys. It's something for everybody. Whether you do it or not, it's something for everybody. The whole network is just flourishing. What everybody is doing. We got 2 bonuses in 24 hours.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes.
I'm like
2.5. 24 hours.
24
We're at
hours.
2.5. Yes.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
Yes.
And
You know what I mean? And if you understand what's going on when you're making deposits on this, like every time it gets higher, boom, you put another $100 at that 2.3, boom, 2.4, put another $100. Boom,
Exactly.
2.5, put another $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, because each deposit is its own contract, and it's just beautiful how this thing works. You just compounding on top of compounding on top of compounding.
This is the meaning of what they call exponential growth.
That's right.
And you know,
Exponential growth.
What's expecting, man? I know you're saying 100. It doesn't matter where you come in at.
You gotta
You
love
get
it.
in where you fit in. If you can do, if $10 is your if $10 is your output that you can do and you can physically see that happening comfortably,
That's right.
Right.
Go at $10 every time you see a bump. Because that $10 is going to compound about 2.3, 2.4, 2.5.
Right.
Same thing. Then can you imagine? I want you to get this. You know, this is my baby story and I love her to death for it. She took a whole year of savings to generate $1,000. You know what they did? They were so grateful for her saving $1,000. They sent her a W-9 with a profit statement of 8 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to see here, $10 will get you $8 without trying.
That's right.
And it ain't going to take you a year. It's going to take you less than a week. Maybe 2 weeks at most, depending on where you get in.
Child, don't start me up. You
And don't let the asset mature. Oh my goodness.
Dang. Now you're talking.
You know? I mean,
want to get you 3, and then it'll go from there.
We still got a ways to go to 23 cents, y'all. 23 cents is the all-time high in Tron. I just want you to know.
I'm keeping my heart in my chest. Don't start me up, brother.
Was trying to hit 23, but I was here when he hit 17, and I lost my everlasting.
Yes.
Because not only did when I got it was 2.3 cents. I made 15 cents on a coin.
Yep.
Turned around, took that same money and created Bitcoin.
All right.
It didn't cost me a dime. Came back in
on
the drop. Came back in at 4.5 cents and bought back every coin.
What you talking about, Mr. Thomas? What you talking about?
Let me tell you, that was fire.
It ain't nothing wrong to stake like Ethereum, right? It ain't nothing wrong to stake with staking Cardano, but you really want to get as low as possible.
That's my perspective. Yes. She did.
You get the more out of your
talking about chocolate gold babe. Look. Come on, y'all. Yeah.
Come on. That's game. Come on. We've seen it happen multiple times.
There you go, sister.
Greetings. How are y'all?
Excellent. Doing our thing. That's right. Look, straight up.
You muted, Brother Alvin. I can't hear you.
Who said again? Al?
Yeah, he muted.
Actually, he's talking through my mic because we're in the same space. So he has to be loud.
So great to see you. So great to see you. And I know you went to my I got the same color cover. I like that. Much respect. We find the same color.
Look, the new teas. They're here.
Oh, awesome. Oh, yeah, that looks good.
Oh, we get these. I sold 4 of them. We are definitely.
Yeah.
Look, dude, if y'all want to see, look, P2G, actually, the way we build finances is collectively. This right here is a donation. When you purchase this helps to build our platform and keep us going financially. We actually have a printer, but I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to get you to become a part of the movement that is your life, that change your finances, gets things rolling. So I'm not just selling you my logo. I'm selling you your logo. This is your new word in the world, how finances are going for the rest of your life. You got a choice. You could get in and be with us, or you could keep rolling like you're rolling. And frankly, The one thing I'm gonna share my love and passion for this Tron Case platform, for the Tron Case. Now, mind you, it's just one of the opportunities we have that are in alignment of many different ones that we got going on. My favorite part is that there's like 3 entities that I actually check for. One, do I need to learn a new skill? Because I have a lot going on. Okay. Nah. 2, 2, can I make money if by myself without recruiting? And 3, am I directly paid out in any referrals that I do? Or are you holding my money? All of these things these points hit in this one. I don't have to figure out how to make Tron Case work. I just got to set it up, and I got help to do that. These great people on here helped me set mine up. This is awesome. And so we're all teaching others. And then it's on its own running. And as I'm telling people, getting paid directly, and my finances are still growing at the same time on its own. I ain't got to make it grow. I ain't got to do no work. I ain't waiting for nothing except every 4 seconds to wait to pass for some motivation. So when I say I love this thing, I really do. And the funny thing is it's all about the smart contract, which these guys are here and they teach on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Crypto Kids program. Crypto Kids may sound like it's for children, but it's actually for every kid that ever lived. And that means every age on the planet to come in and learn about how this new cryptocurrency blockchain world is changing things and can change them for you when you put them together. So I present to you Chocolate Gold Bay and D Minor.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Thank you so much. Yes, children have always been my passion. And when growing up and looking at the way the world changed, it kind of put me in a perspective, like if I had a support system or someone to teach me how to utilize those things that I loved to do when I was younger and put them into practice and into business now, a way that I could make money at any age, man, what a great thing that would have been. And so that is my mission for Crypto Kids, to get families and children sitting at the table and talking about business and finances and figuring a way to do business and build finance together. And I'm sure that's the brother D Minor L's mission as well, because we're both parents and we know what it's like when you're a parent trying to figure things out. Are you there, D?
Peace, family.
Peace.
I mean, yeah, it get real, it's really no play. It's really something that take, time, energy, love, you know what I'm saying? Free thought, like it. You're good. So, discipline. I mean, it takes dedication, like building wealth, and these smart contracts. It comes very easy. Like it's smart contracts is simple. It's just this for that. This happens. This must happen. It's a code that must trigger. It's a code that must execute every time. And when you have farmers utilizing programs like Tron Case for donations, it's amazing because their donation is is enriching them at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? They're able to get that donation back 300% down the road. They get back more than they ever put in, times whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, what we're doing with these smart contracts and going from community to community and taking campaigns and utilizing those, we not just building a financial background, a financial backbone for that company or that campaign, we're building group economics and communities up at the same doggone time.
Yep. Yes,
Nobody is losing ever. The only way you lose is if you do not try or you don't pay attention to what's going on. You're like, yeah, I got money in Tron cakes. You know, I'm just gonna sit back and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like you get complacent and lazy with it. Like then you go look at it like, oh, well, why did it do this? Why did well it ain't do nothing because one, you only made one deposit. You made one deposit at 1.9%. We at 2.5%. Have you made any deposits since? No. Oh well, all right. Like we gotta wisen up. We gotta use strategy. We gotta. I'm telling you, this is too easy. Trying case is too easy.
Yes, indeed. And let me just camel back off of what you said about the farm, because it's not just about creating a financial or a finances for the farm that will keep giving. The farm is going to give to us. We have a huge issue with food. And a lot of it is because a lot of our food is being poisoned and it's not always a bad thing. A lot of times it is that it's a huge farm and they're producing a lot to try to compensate for the large population. And so this is one of the reasons why I really, really love that we can put this smart contract with that farm, because it's not just that we're giving them finances, we're giving them more resources to be able to build for us, to feed us clean, healthy food, and that is a huge thing right now. We are all about health and wealth. So we have to support these farms and save these farms.
Sister, thank you so much. I mean, you hit it right on the head. I'm so glad that we're dealing with this particular farmer. He's not a one-trick pony. He's not trying to save his ability to create income. He's actually saving a community of activities. He's not, this farmer has definitely invested in the communities. He has actually programs that he's been indoctrinated in by the local colleges. We are talking about a farm that sits in North Carolina in Elm City, and he has local colleges that are utilizing his land. They're helping to support, and he's also creating a program for building and architecture as well as constructions for young youth groups out there, young men who are at risk, to be able to come into learning architecture, learning how to build tiny homes, which will stand on his land as a part of the programs, as well as getaways. You can now, with those tiny homes, there'll be what's called retreats for people to spend time on the farm. You know how we're always looking for attractions. I would have loved to be able to take my kids to a farm and spend some time on the land and really getting to know. But my kids were blessed because they went away to camp.
We can do that now.
No, we're not doing that. That was crazy. But the fact is, I would have loved to be able to do that as a family. I did it when I was smaller because my church actually had a resort they would go to. We had a retreat space like that. But those things have since gone. Our city kids don't have those advantages. They get the few programs that get funding, and we're lucky. We're considered lucky. But what if that could be something that we could get involved with now and make it a part of your family history? Whereas generations of your family, because contributing to this farm, now have a piece and a stake in a space like this. We want this. We want this man. This is an heirloom farm, by the way. It's 125 years old. It used to be over 300 acres, and he had to sell part of his family's farm to keep that large chunk of 109 acres. And to what he decided to do with it, how most farmers had gone out and looked for, most farmers went out and looked for, they looked to be able to do, certain grains and certain, even other types of fish, because he has a very large lake. Well, this farmer decided, since it was most affordable, to do prawn farming. And if you know what a prawn is, anyone who's ever eaten shrimp, prawns are huge, okay? Prawns are these huge shrimp that you get in these expensive restaurants, okay?
And if qualities of prawn.
Yes, there are. And the fact is I like the idea of a locally grown seafood. I like it, especially when you have organic, meaning farmers that own their own land, not government. Okay, I guess we're up.
But yes, and also, I want to go back to what you said about those tiny homes and helping build, because truly all of our children are at risk. They're all at risk because we don't have those elders that had those skills in our families sitting down and teaching them to us anymore. You don't have those ones in the community that just do it out of the kindness of their heart, just, get involved with other children or teenagers in their community and say, hey, let me show you how to build this. Or let me get you up under this car and show you what to do if this happens. You know what I mean? We don't have that. So really, all children are at risk, really. And so that's, again, I love that he is creating a space for ones to learn how to take on another skill you can always use. If you learn how to build, you'll never be homeless.
That's right. You can never be homeless.
A house
if you learn how to farm, can you be hungry?
Nope.
You can't. And that's something, our children need to be taught the basics of life, of living, not just survival in the big city and survival in the jungle of life. And unfortunately, we get real comfortable with those states of being. We get real comfortable with the states being. Brother Dawood L., are you on the line? I want to make sure we bring us all back into space. Hey, there's Mr. Thomas.
Yes,
all right, there you go, Mr. Thomas. You're going to be speaking with me now?
Oh, yeah, I'm back on the scene now. I just have to get right.
Okay, good. All right. So once again, I want to say welcome this evening, everybody. We went running off with the conversation. This is Collective Enlightenment here on P2G Networks TV. We hope that you all are coming and clicking in. Y'all come on our YouTube and check it out. We are live on YouTube, and we are bringing the fire today. We're talking about changing lives from using smart contracts that are built on the Tron blockchain. And we have with us our two personal experts around the smart contract process and building community wealth, Dawood L. and Chocolate Gold Bay. All right. So Dawood L., you were saying something. I saw that, brother. I saw you. D, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, Fanny, but like I was saying, when companies or people that have fundraisers, or just the person in general that's a network distributor,
family generators,
or just the average person that just want to compound and just mind their business.
That's right.
This system works in all those aspects, and it's beautiful to see the farm used as a tool to grow, and the strategy that just came along with it is it's amazing, and I'm proud. Yeah,
I'm excited. I am too. I'm really proud of this. I'm seeing that the area, the field in technology, when it comes around smart contracts and even in the blockchain, the innovation is blowing my mind. Stuff they're coming.
Yeah, I mean, blockchain technology is secure. It's immutable. Once you count on the blockchain, that's it. That's it. It can't be manipulated. None of that. So, with that being said, with smart contracts, is like I said, it's simply this for that on the blockchain. So once that smart contract code executed, that's it. Boom. So that's why you got retail companies looking at VeChain, to count the inventory. You got countries looking at Silvic for voting and identification. I mean, it just, if you can find a crypto that has use case, industry disrupting technology, and a great supply, not too high, not too low,
right.
Some great business moves, this is how you got you a solid crypto, and it's worth the investment. It's worth the ride. You see, A lot of people get messed up. They think because the price go down and they holding that they losing. You only lose when you take your money out. We all know that what crypto does. You know, we all know how crypto things are just changing right now. There are healthier ways being to mine.
People are terrified. They're like, my God.
Yeah, like the game is changing. So
I look at
yeah, overcome everybody who overcome and adapt and overcome during this whole little crypto crash, whatever you want to call it, it's just gonna be all right. I'm telling you, it's just a wash. It's just a wash. Like I said, if a crypto does not have technology or use case, it may die inside this crash. I'm just being honest.
Exactly. That's right.
Get out.
That's
Get
right.
out. Come on, get out.
Absolutely.
We have no clue what you're talking about. I'm just kidding.
No, we do.
He's in his car. He's got people.
Yeah, I'm out here in the country. Yeah. You know, big old horse flies, you know.
Right, we get it. But yeah, like you said,
It's all right.
And we always think, or people think that crypto in its use cases will have no use. But let's think about some of those uses that it does have. Because one of the things that I always love to talk about, everybody hears me talk about, is one of my favorite things on the blockchain, and that is the smart key. Now, there was an issue, and this is what when we're talking about use case, what we're saying is it eliminates or assists with eliminating a problem. Okay, and so there was a huge problem, especially during this pandemic, with elders and other ones that were inside gated communities. They were seeing a larger death rate because the emergency services were unable to get past those gates to save their lives. And so with Smart Key, when a call is sent out for emergency services inside of a gated community, the Smart Key will allow access inside for those emergency services only to save lives. And there is no way that that case, that use and that this saving lives, there's no way that there's not going to be a use for that. There's no way that people will say, no, we don't want it. We don't want it. No, there will always be a use for that.
Also, I want you to think about Smart Key it has a kind of it stretches further than even that. It also goes into smart cars. You have into smart car locking systems, car rentals of Airbnbs. No, I was talking to my sister. My sister has I think her key, I do believe her key entry login for her home is on the blockchain because it runs in a smart key process. It's basically you type it in and it goes in. But one of the things I want to just say is that it actually offers control to owners. You know, if someone hasn't completed that process of payment for something, what happens? You shut it down. The contract shuts it down.
But see, we're already the digital key already. People are getting into apartments via little tiny
Can you hear him?
Called fob. You already have those. You have the doors of
You're low.
You have people with keys. They go to the apartments now and then they key punch their code in. That's part of the smart contract. Those are all the preliminary steps to actually doing a swipe and go with your car. Low. I gotta be a little longer. We got one mic in the room, so we can only do one mic at a time. So we still have to get it. You guys it's really simple. We have fob to get into our houses, to our building. That's smart technology. You have to your apartment. You have these new what's called smart locks. You put in a 4-digit code, you access your apartment. You access the building, the access to your building, your door. Every car right now that's on the road, pretty much, that's a foreign car, has smart technology in it. From the navigation system to the keyless access, all that's real. You start your car, all you have to do is touch. You don't have a key slot anymore. You have a fob that you press next to a sensor. You know, I got a car. I'm renting a car near Ford Escape. I had to look, I had to take a minute and look through the car to find where to put the key in. There is no key slot. It's just a fob. And you touch the fob to the body and the car starts. I'm like,
and at any time they can shut it down if some
and there's OnStar right in the vehicle. When you open the door, you see the sign, OnStar control.
You guys get that OnStar is a process that can shut a vehicle down
in motion
if it's under the impression, if the caller of the owner of the vehicle states that the vehicle is stolen. OnStar will shut the car down
in motion
and let you know.
Wait,
but they will let you know that the police will be there to assist them.
I bet they will.
Look,
can you imagine?
It's crazy. Yes, they will, because they can track the car. You know, the world is changing, and for the masses, we are not ready. And it's time for us to get ready, because too soon and too quickly, it will be that we will get run over, passed over, and our new knowledge will be antiquated. Yep. Our new knowledge, all the things we think we just learned, will be the past. You're going to continue to have to keep up with the changes in the world. Unfortunately, the world is no longer this small place. It's no longer that small place you called home.
Oh, shit, we can't leave the conversation without talking about our new world power in the country. El Salvador.
Yes.
We can't leave without talking about El Salvador.
Let's talk about what's happening in El Salvador and that relevance. That's huge. You guys familiar with the newest news about El Salvador? So Al, since you started Big Mouth, go ahead and tell them.
What's happening now, the people who are geo-mining Bitcoin in El Salvador are now issuing every resident of El Salvador $30 in crypto in Bitcoin so that they can have it.
Yes.
And create use case.
That is huge.
And create it as a currency for it.
Yes.
Yes.
What would have to take place for every resident to get Bitcoin from El Salvador government? What would have to take place? What are some of the things that need to be in place for that to be possible?
They have to be teaching. They have to be. Everyone has to.
They gotta know how to get it. El Salvador is going to be educating their people to crypto and the blockchain. They can't make that claim without putting in place. So you know who is starting to look for El Salvadorian people, right? I ain't joking, y'all.
Yes.
That's a market that's prime and ready to go. We ain't got to tell him twice.
Indeed.
Oh, Sookie. I'm trying to tell you.
Bitcoin.
So that's one of the reasons why, and I want to say shout out to Derek. Derek happens to be a Spanish teacher. He teaches Spanish, English, and French. And he will be teaching me Spanish in the month of July, because that is when I am paying for my own classes in Espanol. Because it's so necessary that what we do is to touch other lives, and that this platform becomes bilingual to be translated. So look for P2G Espanol and en français. Looking forward to it.
I can't wait till the French one come out.
Oh boy.
That is going to be so cool.
I wanted to, because we're international. Dee, you shared with me that you have international markets that are growing right now in Africa. How many languages are they speaking out there? He's in his car, so. Dee, you there, brother?
I think Dee might be moving to the kids.
Yes.
But look, there's a lot of different dialects on the African continent.
In most parts of the world, people speak multiple languages. It's only here that we, as a norm, do not. It's almost like if you go to any other country on the continent, you're going to find people who speak more than one language. Sometimes 5 is the minimum. And I'm like, and that's since they were kids. So it's like, because you have so many countries that are connected, when you get to other continents, you got different countries. We got different states, and everybody got to learn English. Here, everybody got to learn English. You get to into what do you call it? To Central America, you know that the language is mostly Spanish, of some sort, different renditions of Spanish. But when you get up in this motherfucker, you better know English, and everybody they like know English where you at.
It's funny though. What you notice about other countries, they teach English as a prerequisite, but the American continent will not mandate any other language other than American. They will give you English as a second language. They will give you English from any nation. You can come to learn and speak English, but we don't mandate our students or our children to learn another language. So it actually binds us to one area to work. You see how they pigeonhole the kids in America so often, and it's the little thing that we don't pay attention to, that we don't think are necessary, are the ones that would accelerate our kids' growth. Because if this kid learns another language, because he also learns another culture.
Yep.
He's actually he or she is more versed in cultural understanding. And then it'll omit some of the biases that most kids naturally have that are created by, unfortunately, the adults.
Yeah.
Because we're stuck in, we have a way we see things or we understand things. And we transmit that understanding to our kids and our own biases. So that actually pigeonholes our kids, because it's well, my mom said this, my dad said this, I better do this, but it's actually blocking off the ability to create for themselves.
Mm-hmm. You know, it becomes difficult to teach American kids or American people, and even adults, how to think internationally, even financially, to think more globally financially. We're so ingrained in our current financial status and how we are and where this is and what we've been taught, that we're not open to new doors, of new ways of being, how the world really looks, the whole world look for finances, because we were only taught that money is local, it's American money. You know, when we introduce people to the Forex market and trading in currencies, it's like you've got to really teach them from a different perspective, because they're so used to the dollar, trading dollars for euros or yen or what have you. They're like, oh, wait, and it's all the same stuff.
I don't think that dollars.
It's not.
Dollars the only currency available.
Yeah, and so it's a learning curve.
It's a remarkable currency.
Yes, yeah. And also, don't forget, health has a lot to do with learning. If you are not eating healthy and putting a lot of poisons into your body, your brain is not going to work properly to be able to process things and be able to help you put into action what you're learning. And this is a thing about other countries. A lot of the garbage that is in our stores that we eat is banned in their country.
In other countries, exactly.
Yes.
They're preservatives. We were not allowed. You go to other countries and you start carrying certain things at the gate. It's like you carrying contraband straight from the airport. It's like if it's banned on their food list, you cannot bring it in. And people keep thinking that has something to do with, some kind of naturalism or something, or even like our safety because of other countries and, bugs and things. I'm like, no, actually there is a list of foods that we are eating regularly that they pump and push in all of our food here in America that's not allowed. And mostly because the countries is banned in, they have government covered universal insurance. So they're like, no, you're not getting fat and sick on us. You're not paying for your insurance. Look, I ain't gonna create a situation we can't pay for.
I laugh about it all the time, because when you look at the back of the food list, once you get past the first 5 ingredients, you can't read any other label, because you need a college degree to figure out what preservative they place in the food.
If I can't define it.
If you want chicken, I just want chicken. People think when you go to get a chicken and the skin is yellow, chicken skin isn't yellow. Chicken skin is white natural. There is no yellow coating on it. That's the stuff they pump into the chicken.
That forms on the chicken as it.
Yeah. Because if you, and I'll tell you, this is the easy way
I
to do it.
didn't even know that.
Go to the market, go to the regular supermarket, get a piece of chicken, go to a Jewish or a glass deli and order a whole chicken.
Exactly.
One, the chicken won't be over 5 pounds. Two, it will be bleached white almost, or a pale opaque white with pink undertone.
Tell us what a glass deli. What do you mean?
Glass is a Jewish kosher deli. Or in some place, it might even be that way in some halal. I haven't been in a halal market in a very long time, so I can't really say. But I know that the way they butcher their meat is very peaceful, and you know.
I'm sorry, butcher and peace don't really go together.
Look, I have friends who are Muslim, and when they say halal, the animal has to be handled a certain way, or they will not kill it and they will not eat it.
Exactly. You don't want that
if
kind
you
of.
harm the animal and put it in a state of fright, that's in the meat. As far as I understand how the culture works.
Right,
so they
right.
won't do it. It's a very peaceful thing. I hate to call it that, but it's a peaceful death.
A hormone.
It's a holy death. Black women.
Yeah, but it's also my sister was mentioning that there could be it's also a hormone that gets produced by the fear. And she's right, because that what happens, endorphins that get released, and then you're eating that. Then it goes on to who?
You eat all of that.
Okay, so now we have scared meat making us terrified.
It's funny
you know,
when you think
and
about
docile.
the reality of it. Because I would much rather go to a Jewish deli and buy food than go to a regular market and buy food.
Yeah, we've actually, so just to give us and there is a place that we discovered with a friend of ours who happens to be Jewish, traditionally Jewish. And he's like always trying to introduce us to the best places to buy food in Queens. And he's like, you got to come here. You got to come here. And I was like, wow, huge store. And it's it really is a giant Jewish supermarket where the food is prepared. And it was like a cross between, it was like the Jewish version of Walmart. And I'm like, okay, you get a little bit of everything here, pots, pans, dishes, food, clothing, you name it, it was on there. It was in there. They were like all in one. If you don't really need to go anywhere else. And so I'm like, wow, we need to do this. Nice. And people were very kind and very cordial, no attitude and stuff. And the fact is when we did buy the meat, they taste different.
They do.
They taste different. I guess you would call it more gamey, more natural. Like it was almost like chicken had a chickeny, more than a chicken's taste to it. And it was just, I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I could definitely compare it to the soups, because I like to make soups. I like preparing soups, kind of my thing. And when I use the soup, the chicken from the Jewish restaurant, the Jewish shop, total different flavor than the soup I used from like Costco's when I purchased for Costco's. And I'm like, wow, this is so different. And I live in Harlem, but I live around, I'm pretty much from the Bronx as well. I have so much family there. And baby, they got those houses out there where they be killing them animals. They butcher their own animals fresh. They grow them, they kill them and they cook them. You come in and say you want that one, that one, that one. They're gonna kill it, drain it, everything. You tell them come in one day, you get your order. And I'm like, wow. A friend of mine made me one of those. He made me a soup from his house. I was like,
I like it.
I was like, what's this? He was like, that's chicken. I said, that's not chicken. Because the fact is it didn't taste like anything I ever tasted before. I'm like, that can't be chicken.
Yes.
When it's naturally grown. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, yes, it was, because this is a thing. And this is another thing that Brother Alvin was trying to say with the peaceful way of doing it. Everything you got to understand is an energy. So when you murder or slaughter an animal in a hostile, violent, or, a certain way, first of all, it's already an energy on it. You know what I mean? And also, these other places, they are not making sure that there's sanitation. And so when they're cutting everything that's inside is all over the outside. And then on top of that, they've already raised these things and pumped them full of all kinds of hormones and chemicals.
Right.
And so I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I've even noticed it myself within the last year or so, seeing that yellow coating on the chicken now all of a sudden.
Yep.
It's becoming more and more noticeable, and they're getting more and more. I mean, I was offered a chicken wing that looked like a turkey wing, and I'm like,
yes,
eating that.
Let me share something with you. So when I go, there's a place that I like to go. It's we do go to BBQs, Texas BBQ, in our neighborhood, and well, in our city. But I remember the first time I got their chicken wings. Okay, I get the chicken wings. This plate had 10 wings on it, and it was so big and so much. These wings were so huge. I just had to say, what buffalo did they come off of?
That's what I said.
The buffalo wing? What buffalo did they come off of? Because these are too big. I remember growing up with wings. I like my little Chinese food wings. Y'all remember that back in the day? They looked big, but they weren't big like that. These wings are huge. I'm like, how many chickens had to die for this?
Oh
God.
Bigger than three knuckle marks.
Oh my
That's
God.
too damn big. That's too big a chicken.
Oh my
That
God.
ain't real chicken. That's something they create.
So scary.
I said,
But you know,
it
it's
is
weird.
a chicken they bred it with a turkey.
Yes, I know. I know.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised.
Not even.
Not even surprised.
And the fact is that we have to start realizing we've actually started asking for that. You know, when we get our orders and they have normal sized wings and they're like, what's this? I'm not. And now we've gotten so used as people to these really mutated, oversized pieces of food, meat. These are animals. Yes. It's not like, you know, we saw, okay, if you saw a Chihuahua that was like really big, the size of a pug, you'd be like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, what in the world?
Because a Chihuahua should never be the size of a pug.
Right.
They are not, you know something went down with that. I've seen fat Chihuahuas. They don't even look close. Okay. But the fact is there is also what's coming in the food, a lot of the, you know, the activities, drink, air.
Y'all may not like me when I say this, but I tell you what, old people who have trouble eating or affording food eat healthier than we do. Because whenever they go to the market and get those little cans of Sheba and that stuff, it's a lot healthier than the stuff that we eat.
Alvin, please.
There's nothing in it but the meat. That is it. No preservatives. Don't get me wrong. It ain't pretty.
Look.
But it's the reality of things.
There are some harsh realities, but I'm not eating dog food to get healthy. I'm sorry. I ain't even thinking about that. I'm hoping that they get tuna fish before that.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that either.
I don't want to hear all of that. Yeah, not eating. You see why we have to be wealthy? Because that man right there would not have me eating dog food. Okay. The fact is, we need to. So what's one of the reasons? Look, let's get back to the conversation. Health is wealth all the way. But you have to literally, you have to be able to maintain. If your body is not able to maintain its processes, where your brain is not able to take in new information and process it, it doesn't matter. Game over.
Yep.
You know, game over. We can keep pushing at you something that you'll never get because you've got a physical block. And so one of the things I want to say is shout out for all of the programs that are out here feeding the elderly or feeding people, period, because that's something that really needs to take place. Because with this pandemic, folks are getting desperate. And when there's not, I remember watching the videos of the cars going around to pick up food and signs that were out closed, you know, in towns that really needed it. Yes. Myself, I thank God, you know, knock on wood, this whole crypto situation changed the game for us. We didn't have to go through that. And a lot of people that we introduced to cryptocurrency had options. You know, they had their stories of, you know, I didn't have to, I didn't have money, but then I remembered I had some crypto. I went and changed it in the machine and, you know, I went and whatever, and I was able to pay for what we had to pay for, keep my family inside. These are stories we're hearing all over the place.
Yes.
And it's not because crypto's so great, it's because it's doing something for people.
That's right.
It really is. It's affecting real people's lives on a real basis in a time when, guys, I hate to tell you this, but it's really game over when it comes to this work, this dollar out here.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people out of work, and they're talking about there's jobs, but they're not employees that can take them. They're not skilled workers that can actually take the jobs that are out there at this level. We are now at the next level of IT tech and, fintech, period. Mm-hmm. Stuff that we're learning and teaching right now has become so relevant. I was like, look, I'll never not have a job now. I know what I do. I'm in business for life.
For those who don't understand, fintech is financial technology that runs blockchain and other financial instruments around finance, finance acquisition, liquidity, staking. That all falls under the category of fintech, financial technology that actually allow you to acquire, gain, use.
I want people to not know the word, Al. You got to let them go look for it. Do your homework.
If they can't spell it,
that's what's up. So FINECH. We need to know. All right. So, guys, I want to say thank you for being on. This has been an amazing conversation about really what's going on that's changing the world. And I thank you so much for being active in the process of doing that, changing people's lives, making sure they get the information, and also teaching people how to study this. It's so important. People, I'm like myself, I had to be taught how to study because, of course, what I was studying with the folks that were telling me where to get the information, it was like this much compared to what the real info was. So to learn to really start to have new conversations that open the door to possibilities that were bigger than what I was being presented by the traditional education system. If all I did was study what I was told, I probably would not have, passed class.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was about.
Oh my God. See? They're coming for us. Like actually they are coming for us because right now we have to get started. Tonight we have Collective Enlightenment, followed by P2G Networks, Crypto Basics. So I want you guys to be on our Pennies to Go platform right at 9:00. Hop on, go to p2gnetworks.com and sign up for your introduction to cryptocurrency and see how hands-on processes work. Don't just get all into the big idea of it. You can do it too. Come take a look and see how we're showing people how that works. Dawood L and Miss Chocolate Gold. I'm so looking forward to seeing you guys. I mean, like really hugging you up, get ready. We're gonna do this like. That's what's up. Mr. Thomas, you have to make an announcement for tomorrow morning.
Yes, we'll make that announcement. We will be at the farm, so we will not be having trading Saturday morning.
And there will be no.
Yeah, I gotta put that on. I've been trying to get to the computer to do it.
How's Crypto Boomers coming?
Crypto Boomers, I think we can talk to Ms. Ames and make that a reality, but I don't know yet.
So Crypto Boomers is on the offense, but we do know Saturday morning trading has been postponed till next week. We thank you all for being on with us. This has been a phenomenal experience. I'm here in Wilson, North Carolina with my family, getting ready to go to the farm and do what we do, show people how crypto really works in the world, and just, share the education, share the love, change people's lives. Have a great night, guys. Say good night, because we gotta go.
Good night. Peace and love.
Hey, good night, family.